This is Trabr. We're creating the technology and the ecosystem for everything building. We're creating a market network which boasts a marketplace and a mobile-first, cloud-based suite of project control tools for builders, consumers, trades, suppliers, for everybody. All on a smartphone, all remote, all mobile, all for building. This is Trabr, and this is a building conversation. So good afternoon, this is Tony Huxley from Trabr Limited. I'm delighted to welcome you today, and I'm joined by Blandin de Chalin from BDC Building Services. G'day, Brett.
G'day, how are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you making the time to do so today.
Not a problem.
So we're really keen to chat with builders all around the country. As I've explained already, we've done a number of podcasts and vodcasts or videocasts. So getting the input and insights and understandings about builders and building and what the challenges are that everyone's facing. So I appreciate you doing that with us today. Before we get into the questions that I've got here that I'd love to put to you, maybe if you give me a bit of a background, if you like, on BDC Building Services and what you guys do and who your clients are and that sort of thing.
Yep, residential builders. We don't really advertise, word of mouth. Members of the MBA. Did a few jobs as a young fellow with my father-in-law, who was a builder, brother-in-law builder, and younger brother who's a builder as well.
Yep.
And morphed into our
So it's in the blood, you reckon?
Now,
right?
in the blood, but almost.
Well, it's in-laws, so it's not in the blood, but it's close.
Not in the blood, but something that we enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And it's moved on to something that I really enjoy doing.
Yep.
Has its challenges, as I'm sure you've heard. But
no doubt.
That's where we are. And I have been from a quite large crew of young fellows, carpenters, builders, to a medium-sized team, 2 teams, and I think we do pretty decent work. Good clients, enjoy doing our work. Yeah,
and it's primarily residential or exclusively?
Primarily residential. We have
never say never. I mean, if the job comes your way, sure. We
have done commercial, but only for clients that are residential background, and they've said, look, can you come do our fit out, office fit out for example, and we go, yeah, okay, no problems. And we'll go and do that.
But principally otherwise residential?
Principally, yeah.
And is it new builds or renos, or is it a mix of the two? Or
generally renos. Have done a few new builds. I try, if I have a choice, which you don't often
always get
if
that.
I have a choice, it's the traditional homes. That's what I like doing, with the detailed fretwork.
I see traditional, like Federation era.
Federation, Art Deco,
period
Victorian,
residences.
Yeah, 100%. The materials that they used to use, the stones, tessellated tiles, ornate things. That's what I, as a carpenter, you like doing those specific things. So that's what I prefer to do if I can. But when it comes to doing things like beach homes as well, we've done many of them and happy to do them. But what I would like to do is the period things.
So you brought it up, so I'm going to ask a question about that. When you talk about period homes, are you finding that the work you're doing is more about refurbishing the authentic features of a home, or are people doing more of a bolt on the industrial back of it and do up the front, or what's the trend?
It is very specific. You get one client that will do the contemporary add-on.
Yep.
And you'll clean up the traditional house, and then you'll get some people that just want to go straight down the line and do traditional. Yeah. So it's generally one, it's either contemporary mix or straight down the line traditional mix.
Yeah. So in terms of the people who are your main clients, are you finding that they're doing incremental sort of refurbs, or are they doing the whole lot start to finish?
Yeah, whole lot start to finish, and generally it's rip it right
up,
out,
start again.
Rip the guts right out of it and start again. Yeah, very, very. I think people are past the point where places have been renovated.
Yep.
And now they get to the point where they say, okay, now we really need to tear the guts out of it and start it properly again. So quite extensive refurbs where there's just the bare shell, no roof, and then you put it back together.
I don't want to pin you down or to compromise confidentiality, but just out of interest, if you could put sort of like a budget span of where you start and where you finish, what's been your experience in terms of project values?
Project values for small renos from 300, and then the more extensive ones, the larger ones, you go to 1.5, 1.8, 2 million. And that's generally that's the range that we work between, generally the 300 to the $2 million mark.
That's been your experience, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Going past that, I think there gets to the point where there are builders that are quite specific for that.
They cater just to that niche.
Exactly, that niche. And yeah, we're not just there yet, but maybe one day.
Yep. So, I mean, I guess it's better to have a span of projects, because then you've also got a span of risk mitigation, and you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, 100%. So to speak.
People say to me, Brett, can you come quote us to do a room? I'll quote absolutely anything if people want us. If I have the time, and if they schedule it in and they're compassionate in that regard, we'll try and do just your room if that's what suits you.
Collaborate with the client.
Put doors on for anybody.
Yeah.
So things like that. I'm not just I just want to do that if it's worth more than that. I'm a bit more relaxed than that.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, keep clients happy. That, as you said, word of mouth will just keep you to grow and grow and grow.
And a lot of work comes from the past clients. Well, generally, that's how we've rolled. Everything has come from past clients and friends of past clients, and that's just the way it's worked.
Word of mouth done properly is a very potent thing.
Word of mouth done properly is good. It is good.
I mean, as you said, you're not throwing money at advertising.
No, the only reason why I advertise is because I'm proud of what we've done.
Yeah.
I advertise and go, okay, this I'm proud of what we've done.
Yep.
For my boys is going in a magazine, for example. Here's your magazine. This is what you boys have done, and it's a bit of helps.
Nothing quite like pride in your work when it's recognised like
definitely.
that.
And the boys I've got, they're quite. They like their timber.
As a motorbike goes past the window, perfect timing.
They like their timber. They like their materials, natural raw products that they can work and make. Like wine cellars, we make them recycled timbers, and it's not just I get a joiner in, the carpenters and myself get in there and do it. So there's things that there's a reason why you're in the trade, and if you're not getting that, you're not.
It's tactile. If you're not doing that stuff, it's kind of like,
you're not a happy
here.
person. So that's.
Yeah, I see up there on the desk on the cupboard. Is that an award that you guys won?
Yeah, I was Young Builder of the Year in 2013.
Oh, good on you.
And that's through the NBA.
You still look pretty young, so that's good.
Yeah, and then there was I got an award for one of the houses that we also did as well, which is good.
Oh, good on you. Well done.
Of the category.
Yeah.
So that was good, but it's been, mate. It's I wouldn't call it the easiest industry. Remember the father-in-law saying to me, mate, are you sure you want to stick with it? And the brother-in-law dropped out. And I said, why wouldn't I? And he goes, it's not an easy industry. You got people's personalities, you got personas, you got you got your architects, engineers, and then
everyone's got an opinion.
You've got the neighbours to deal with as well.
Yeah.
So
the council,
the certifiers.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if something falls, it's going to fall on the builder, not anyone else. So be prepared.
Well, it does ultimately. Yeah, 7 years worth of it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Exactly. So it's has its pros and cons, as most jobs do, but yeah.
Yeah, but when you get those moments like that award and being able to share that with the team, it must be pretty exciting.
Oh, very, very proud moment, and it's hard work put in.
Yeah.
And specific clients that put you under the pressure, and when things pay off and you can turn around and say the work that we did was top notch, and here it is,
and it's been recognised,
and it's the way it's what we do for everyone. So it did. It has been good.
Excellent. Brett Blandin de Chalin from BDC Building Services, thanks so much for making the time to join us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Much welcomed anytime.
Good on you.
Cheers.